from my ancestors. I welcome each and every one of you, as we are one in the human race. I welcome each one of you to step forward in the Stargate open way today, as we step forward, willingly step forward to all that is meant for us to be blessed and to be fed from the divine cosmos. I welcome you, and I thank you for the profound honor of saying a few words. Thank you.
Please join hands, if you can, with all those next to you. Day of aloha. This is a panipule for this moment, but in this closing prayer of my part, it is just the beginning.
Mahalo ke akua, mahalo Yesu Kristo makiohane. Mahalo, mahalo na kupuna na o makua. Hopo mai kai. Akekis, hopo mai kai na kane me ke na waine. Na moana. We give thanks to our mothers. To my mom, Triana, I connect with you and invite all of you that know her to do that as well now. To extend our love as we connect to your mothers and your mother's mother and her mother and her mother's mother. To the feminine principle and to the masculine divinity. God in the highest, thank you. Open even wider the windows of light and grace and fill your children with love. Clear away all the things that we did not know and let us become wiser. Let us remember. Help us to know. God bless your children. And as we stand here, let our love envelop the earth. These islands, our country, all the countries and all the citizens, from the youngest just born now to the eldest just leaving, to all those that are on earth and all the kingdoms. Let our love help restore peace on earth. From the mind of God into the minds of men, let consciousness awaken on earth. From the heart of God to one God, one love, to the hearts of men, let only love remain. Bless the oceans and the land and the air, the seas and the mountains. Bless everything on earth. And let the light from this place go forward onto a heavenly path on earth, where our children's children may walk and live on this earth as well, and have the blessings we have. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for blessing us. We are with you and we are one. We are one love, one heart. We are your children. We are children of the living God, and you now live within us. Mahalo. Blessings to all those that come and go from here today, to all the musicians, to the dancers, to the songs, to the chants, to the offerings, to the flowers, to the waters, to the crystals, to the words, to the activation, to the portals, to the stargates, to the grids, to the dimensional levels, to our minds, our emotions, our bodies, our spirits, to our astral bodies, our ethereal bodies, to
to our small minds to universal minds, may we open ourselves now to a greater, clear understanding and consciousness in fourth dimension. May light shine upon us and bless us as we may go forth and bless. And let this day fully begin. Uamau mai kaloko mai ka ipo haku a Jesu Christo me ki aloha a me ka laona ana ka uhane. Hemaleli a pau. A mama ua noa. And let us all say Amen together. Amen. Lord, God bless each and every one of you. Aloha.
For all of Hawaii,
as I prepare the bowl of tea, I want everybody to help me and help me put your energy, your mana, your kokoro into the bowl of tea, and that tea will be offered to the universe. Thank you.
Now we are going to take about a 30-minute break for lunch. This restroom is to my left and down all the way to the building. Plastic, glass, and we want to have, one thing I want to say about the lunch is that we will be, as you're going to eat your lunch, and if just be aware that that balances for you what you're eating and the quantity that you're eating in the deep meditations that we're going into. So have lunch, but please keep the energy of talking and energy down in your heart. Speak through your heart, and this will open the doorway for what we are moving into. And then Star Fuentes will be guiding us from 2 o'clock on. You will know by the sound of the gong and the didgeridoo. When the didgeridoo comes in, the energy goes down. We go into a deep, deep place of peace with that sound. Allow that energy to fully come into your heart.
On a physical note.
On a physical note, that was an echo. Maria had asked that there would be a designated photographer and videographer, Jason, our beloved brother of this island, documenting great happenings like this. And there is a sign-up sheet at the top. You can choose if you wanted information or have it emailed to you about photo or video from today. The photography is being taken by my beloved Sunil for the first part of today, and Charles for the second part. So please, when you go out, sign up if you'd like, or you can go for the photography to our website. It will be posted this Friday, HawaiianCeremonies.com. Feel free to go there. And on a personal note, I wanted to send aloha from my mom, Triana, who almost left the earth just a few weeks ago when I was in California with her on life support. She just made it through. And I know would love to have you to share your mana, your love. So you can reach me at HawaiianCeremonies.com if you'd like to send an email to her, or I will post her address if you'd like to send a card or a photo or a tape or anything to share your love to her, to let her know she's not forgotten from the Maui family. I thank you for all of your love. Maria?
And I would like to thank Kahu Alalani Hill for her beautiful and so respectful representation of our Hawaiian people here. Thank you. And so now we will break for lunch. And
You need to see it?
Richard. Here we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
And Star Point.
Party food.
Star. Star.
Got it.
Kind of pretty up there.
Thank you. Ready? Ready?
Okay.
Aloha.
Mika?
Aloha. Aloha to all the brothers and sisters.
This is for one? Hi, welcome. Can we take one of these? So when it does, so this is all wheat. Right, and start it.
Thank you. Many, many, many blessings. And wow, 100% of the brain. I mean, it's a little scary, but I think I can handle it. I mean, my 10% is a little much, but I'll go for 100. I will if you will.
The marriage of the inner.
Isn't that beautiful? Please smile.
We're beautiful. Yeah. We love each other.
You guys are concordance if I ever saw it. Harmonic.
We love.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, my pleasure. We love.
You know, you're all denominations, you know?
I am.
Yeah, tens and 20s and hundreds.
It's true, but I'm always Jewish.
Thank you. I think it's so great.
Aloha.
We are a community of wonderful people, and you are one. Aloha.
It's wonderful to be here.
Take a deep breath. Comes to mind this lifetime. This is it. Relax. Find the perfect place to sit. For those who are sitting, find any place in your body that holds any tension. Let it go. For those who are finding a place to sit, make yourself comfortable. And breathe. Please remember that as we come closer and closer to the eclipse, you will have energies playing upon you, being downloaded upon you, into you. Please remember to drink plenty of water. Please remember to breathe. Welcome. My name is Star Fuentes. And a long, long time ago, back in the 60s, when I was a hippie and studying healing, I went down to Mexico and I met this lady who years later I would study with, and she told me, November 8th, 2003 is going to be like the most important date in Spanish. And I go, oh yeah, it's 60-something, and you're telling me about a date. I mean, I couldn't even imagine 1970 then. You know. And I was going, oh, well, we can't prove that one, can we? As I matured spiritually, and as I grew, and as I traveled, I ended back under her auspices, and her name was Esperanza, and she was one of the most miraculous teachers on this planet. And I studied with her for 3 years, and I lived with her in a little stick hut. And the Mayan curandera tradition that she was trained in was the tradition of dimensions. And their manifestation, their reality is that each dimension nullifies a physical plane law. As you go into the higher dimensions, like some people call this the fourth or the fifth, I was taught there was 144 dimensions. So anytime you go into a dimension, a physical plane reality would cease to exist. When the Gregorian calendar was working on the 13 months, et cetera, the popes came in and said, well, we got to take out a year here, we got to take out a year there. So they did that 6 times. The government did it a couple more times in Europe. So if we're looking at today's date, possibly, according to my calendar, it is 2012. Okay. Now, I'm sure a few days were lost here or there because of leap years, or loop years as I call them. So what I have heard for a very long time for years, and my students in the audience will say 5-6 years ago I was talking about this date before anybody else was. This is the date she hammered into my head. This is the date she said was the most important date. So we may look at the calendar and we might fudge around with the numbers, and because they did, and this exactly is the day that they say physical plane reality will cease to exist. But that doesn't mean California is going to fall in the ocean. What it means is just like when we got electricity, the physical plane reality we had no longer was valid. If you took somebody from the 1860s and you put them into the 1920s and they had all those gadgets, they'd say, oh, magic. Spiritually we have progressed. Mankind. We started with that root chakra. Hey, cavemen survived. Yeah. And then we started co-creating, living in communities. And then we got clear. Hey, let's have some laws. Let's have some kings. We got clear. And then we went into the romance area. Ooh, baby, let's have courts and all this. And if we look at this last 100 years, we did communication. And we can communicate instantly in the world, any place, as long as we have one of our little pieces of mechanical equipment there. The chakra we are working on is here. People say, heaven on earth. I say, mind over matter. I say, mind over matter. So, I'd like to talk just a little bit about the meaning of today, and I'd like to talk about the planets, and then what I would like to do is something I've probably never done before, and that's I would like to initiate the group into all 144 dimensions. And I will tell you that after 111 dimensions, they're galactic things. Okay, I'll initiate this group, and I don't do this unless you've been studying with me, unless you're in my lineage. But today's the day to do this. And I will be initiating you to the 144 dimensions, which match the 144 stargates, which match the 144,000 people to be in a state of consciousness to 100th monkey, whatever we're going to 100th monkey. Take a deep breath and just relax your bodies a little bit more. All 7 bodies, please. Thank you. Harmonic. Harmonic means of or relating to harmony, to be integrated into nature. And then the third definition surprised me. It means friendly. Friendly. Concordance is an agreement or concord. It is the harmonious state of all parts with the whole. A concordance is a book that lists every word, every time a word's been listed in another book, be it concordance to the Bible, be it a concordance to the Course in Miracles. Today, my friends, today, my fellow sisters and brothers, we are given a concordance, and it's not about words. It's about every energy. It's about every state. It's about every consciousness, known or unknown to mankind. When Esperanza said to me, the world as you know it will cease to exist, and I asked her to explain, she says that the mind only occupies 90% of the mind only occupies 10% of the brain. Everybody, take one finger. Would you be happy with picking things up with one finger? Hey, go to a restaurant and order a cup of coffee and get 10% of a cup of coffee. Today, with this particular alignment, we are given the opportunity for the mind to extend into the brain. But let's look at this. So I get a brand new computer. It's a kind of new hardware. I get brand new software. And oh boy, I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff with it. So I go and stand by the printer and go, okay, where's my output? I'll be standing by my printer and my computer's not even on. So after the harmonic concordance, you need input. You need to be asking questions. You need to be asking questions that make more questions. You will set up files in your mind to answer things that have not been answered by people in 3,000 or 4,000 years. Maybe the first time on the planet. But I don't know, you know, those guys in Atlantis were pretty cool. So here we are with this energy today. So take a deep breath. I want you to relax, and I'm going to tell you to relax over and over again. I'm going to tell you to breathe over and over again. So let's have a conversation with ourselves. Let's have a conversation with the 6 planets. And what I'd like for you to do is I'd like you to repeat after me. Sun.
Sun.
I am the sun.
I am the sun.
The will and the light of spirit.
The will and the light of spirit.
The archetypical masculine.
The typical man.
I am the father.
I am the father.
The primal energy and the cause.
The primal energy and the cause.
For being the vitality that inspires life.
For being the vitality that inspires life.
I bring the conscious aim.
I bring the conscious aim.
That expresses the best of who we are.
That expresses the best of who we are.
At this moment and every moment forward.
At this moment and every moment forward.
Moon.
Moon.
I am the moon.
I am the moon.
Our emotions and needs.
Our emotions and needs.
Our typical feminine.
Our typical feminine.
I am the mother.
I am the mother.
The shelter of home.
The shelter of home.
Avenues of habit and instinct.
Avenues of habit and instinct.
I bring the personal subconscious mind.
I bring the personal subconscious mind.
Memory and imagination to this moment.
Memory and imagination to this moment.
Breathe and relax. Mars.
Mars.
I am Mars.
I am Mars.
The courage, impulse, desire.
The courage, impulse, desire.
Energy and willingness to act.
Energy and willingness to act.
I am the stimulation of passions.
I am the stimulation of passions.
I am the spiritual warrior.
I am the spiritual warrior.
And I am active in this moment.
And I am active in this moment.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
I am Jupiter.
I am Jupiter.
The God concept and her vision.
The God concept and her vision.
I bring beneficence.
I bring beneficence.
Good fortune and expansion.
Good fortune and expansion.
I bring the higher mind.
I bring the higher mind.
Wisdom and generosity.
Wisdom and generosity.
Enthusiasm and optimism.
Enthusiasm and optimism.
To this moment.
To this moment.
May they increase today and every day at all levels.
May they increase today and every day at all levels.
Saturn.
Saturn.
I am Saturn.
I am Saturn.
Physically the bones of Mother Earth.
Physically the bones of Mother Earth.
And our bodies.
And our bodies.
I am the disciplinarian.
I am the disciplinarian.
And the tester of our metal.
And the tester of our metal.
I speak of the limitations of the physical world.
I speak of the limitations of the physical world.
I bring endurance.
I bring endurance.
Preservation.
Preservation.
And stability to this moment.
And stability to this moment.
Chiron.
Chiron.
I am Chiron.
I am Chiron.
The healer and the wounded healer.
The healer and the wounded healer.
I am the crystal rainbow bridge.
I am the crystal rainbow bridge.
Between physicality and spirit.
Between physicality and spirit.
I bring Christ consciousness.
I bring Christ consciousness.
To this moment.
To this moment.
And breathe. As we sit in this almost well, perfect circle, well, a circle. As we sit in this circle, and as these energies come closer, we've named the planets, and the Star of David will be making itself over and over again with the energies laying upon this circle. And you, most of all importantly, you will be receiving these energies. Today, my friends, is not a day to pray for world peace. It is not a day to solve the problems of Africa, India, any other nation. We've done that for many years, and we are like a mushroom with energy spread out all over the world, and we weave and we wave. Today is a day that you work on yourself. You pull these energies in, and as they come into the body, they will form a solid foundation that will overflow. We will not be spirit heavy. We will be materially sound today. As you fill yourself with the energies of the Harmonic Concordance, everybody you ever met, everybody you will ever meet will be touched by your light today. Usually on the planet, we have 3 or 4 stargates that are open. Today, for a window of time, all 144 stargates will open. So what is a stargate? A stargate is a focus of energy that brings in other types of energy that allows you to look at your own parallel universes and allows you to create your own reality gently, easily, and quickly. It guides all of us, some of us, and some stargates are there for the angels and spirits. All 144 stargates will open. In my studying of the stargates and in what my teachers have said, out of the 144 stargates, so I want to know what you're connecting to, 24 stargates are sacred sites. 24 stargates are volcanoes. Does that ring a bell, anybody? Okay. 24 stargates are impact points. And what do I mean like that? Like The Hague. Places where history and changes for mankind have happened. 24 stargates are the largest cities on the planet. That's the electromagnetic pull for the population to be there. 24 are portal points. And the last 24 are kind of amazing to me. 24 portals are in the soul of people. I go, well, who's a portal holder? I mean, who's a stargate? Who's so? I can think back in history and I can say, well, oh, Michelangelo, Mother Teresa. You know, hey, how about Walt Disney? And every stargate holder I can think of is dead. I mean, what I'm saying is, I said, oh, I got a few this lifetime. Dalai Lama? Maybe, great, the Pope. But it's really hard to identify a stargate person, a stargate holder, because it is in their essence, it is not in their consciousness. So the grid around the planet is held by the sacred sites. The stargates are there where the big cities are. The stargates are here near very volcanoes. And the stargates transform the energy. Today, every stargate will be open. Today, we will receive, integrate, work with, change, transmute, any possible positive words that you know, with the stargates. It is very important to remember the one rule of thumb today. This is for you. No rescuing, no aiding and abetting your fellow humanoids today. Fill yourself and let it flow over. Be the model. This is your day, spiritual people. All the healers and the people who don't call themselves healers in the room, all the people who heal by their very presence or by talking to someone, this is your day. In a while, right now, this is your before hour. In a few minutes, it will be your hour. And I want you to understand that. This is all about you and consciousness. You will spend time with yourself today on levels that may happen so quickly you may not perceive them, may happen so visually that all you can see is the light. And each of you will manifest what you need to manifest today. Each of you will feel, hear, see, sense different things, exactly what you need, perfectly, and in your own way. So if the person next to you is bobbing their head and you're sitting silent, you don't have to bob your head. And if the person next to you is twitching and twirling, you don't have to twitch. You'll get it perfectly in your own way. There is no right today. There is no wrong today. Remember that. We're going to be doing a meditation, a visualization, an initiation, and an activation. Most of these are based on my tradition, the curandera tradition. Although having studied in 16 years of my life with different masters in India, China, Korea, Africa, some other forms of energy will be thrown in. This will be spiritual energies today. Please understand, if you have a strong religious belief, then use it personally. Do what you have to do. And relax. And relax deeper. And if you'd like to, just close your eyes. And if you don't like to, that's fine. And relax. And the presence of the air against your face, your skin, your hair, the very presence of the air pushes you deeper and deeper into the power of yourself and the power of today. The very barking of a yippy dog puts you into a place that connects you with the animals, that connects you with other life forms. The very presence of your buttocks on your seat, which connects you with the presence of earth. Embrace this. Feel the fire of your blood circulating inside of you. And know that in your brain are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of synapses. And a synapsis is a place where an electrical charge jumps from one nerve ending to the other. It is a place where information is passed. And in our mind are 90% more synapses that are being used. Our brain has another 90% that's not being used. And just be really conscious of the shape of your head. The brain being the material stuff, the brain being the gray matter. And seeing a walnut in your hand, or a picture of a walnut representing your brain. Imagine your mind growing. Imagine if you were twice as smart as you are today. Imagine if you could retain twice as much in your memory. Stretching your mind 10% to use 20% of the brain. Feeling it etherically, energetically, filling your brain. Good. And as the wind comes up a little bit more, and it accents and accesses our personal power, and the earth pushes up and our blood rushes around, we are going to increase our mind another 10%. You see, fitting into that other part of our brain. This is gentle. This is easy. This is mind over matter. You may feel a sensation, or you may not. And we've done it before. Let's do it again. Our mind increases another 10%. Fatter, taking up more space, juicier mind, filling the brain, more files, more wisdom, more spaces for experience, relationship, communication, spirituality, the mind filling the brain, 40%. This is easier. Almost like a rose that is opening up. The mind is blossoming to fill the brain. 40%, and that rose is just about halfway open. More energy to the mind, more space, more wisdom. Taking a deep breath, taking a deep, deep breath. And we've just done this 3 times. This is very easy. This time, our mind will 50% fill the brain. 50%. Imagine all the things you can be and do. All that you can see and know. Imagine with this much brain how acute your psychic senses would be, how acute your connection to Source would be, how easy patience would be. Oh, here we go. 60%, let's go. The rose is opening up more and more. It is delicious. It is like white chocolate. It is like yogurt. It is like a taste you never experienced. The more and more the mind fills the brain, the more flavor we have, the deeper and richer colors are, the more intense our friendships are. More. This is so easy. Waiting to be filled today. And let's go. Gently, I'm going to count to 25, and at your own speed, using your own internal words, visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, you fill your mind with what you need for the last percentages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, filling, 6, 7, your own words, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, filling, 14, 15, 16, 17, filling, 18, 19, looking for those extra little bits and pieces we prayed for all our life, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now open your eyes and look directly up at the sky. And that's how much more space, how much more brain power you now have. Whatever your vision can see and gather in this sky is how many miles we can see. That is in comparison to what your little head sits right now. That is what the mind can now do with today's alignment. And breathe. Good. I'm glad we're relaxed. If you're feeling just a little bit sleepy, that's okay. Good. Relax. Breathe it in, hydrate, take a sip of water, and let that we'll give you 10 seconds or so to let that fill. Good. It would be really nice if an assistant could actually give me also a sip of water, please. Now just sense yourself. Nothing may feel different, but when you think and when you figure out your problems, you really don't feel that anyway. You may not sense anything, but with today's alignment, the capacity is there. Your capability is there. The potential is there. Okay, when you look on the internet and you look at all these people and what they're saying about today, they're saying a lot of different things. Some people say the world's going to end. Some people are pretty fear-based. I believe because of the richness, the wealth of the dimensions that will open up today for you, that just like electricity, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to look back. I believe that the dimensions of teleportation, of levitation, of psychically, you know how it is, you pick up the phone rings, and you know exactly how it is. Well, you could probably just call somebody in the next 20 years and not use the phone. I believe that from this concordance, that electronical appliances in 20 years will be more of an adjutant than an aid to us. I see it. I see it in my students all over. They think something, and when they're in alignment, it happens. How many people have this experience? How many people think about somebody and then they call them, that person, and you haven't talked to them in a year, and it's happening more and more rapidly. You know, the old days they used to talk about witches and wizards, and they could do all these things. It wasn't because they had magical spells. It wasn't because they had special powers. It's because they educated themselves, and the dimensions were all here on the planet Earth. The dimensions where the physical plane laws cease to exist. Now that doesn't mean tomorrow everybody's going to be levitating in their room, or it doesn't mean you will be teleporting tomorrow either. It means we have to build our wisdom and our education. But these are all possibilities today. Today, as you breathe the very breath of the new capacity of your mind, as you change today, your reality will change. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been praying for. And please remember, don't go home tomorrow and stand in front of your printer and go, hey, what's happening? You need to put some input in. You need to educate yourself. This is very, very important. Good. Take a deep breath and relax. Now we're going to do a guided meditation. And if you're uncomfortable, get comfortable again. Any part of your body that's squeaky or achy, release that. Good. We are sitting here right now in this very space and time, And yet we float above the very solar system that we exist in. The double triangle, the Star of David, as above, so below. The 6 planets are there, aligning perfectly in less than an hour. And inside of you, the 6 spaces are there. Your wisdom, your knowledge, whatever they are, they're there. And as we meditate here, they align all the questions, all the doubts, all the fears, all the impatience, and everything that has served us well as lessons is being squeezed away so that higher vibrations can come in, and that the karma that we have will be gently and easily released, and the new ways of being and learning are a higher vibration fed by the stargates. It's a long way to the sun and those 6 planets. And sometimes it's just as long of a way to the very mysterious places of ourselves. Sensing the enormity of our solar system and sensing how long the journey inside is, I want you to release your perception of distance. I want you to release your perception of time. I want you to feel the deepest places inside of you, aligning your personal power, whatever else, your purpose, aligning as these planets are now rotating this very minute to come into a precise angle where our DNA has not felt this for 4,000 years. Bringing the solar system closer, finding and aligning internally the things that haven't worked so well. The questions we have will now be more answers, which will be more questions. And closer together, till the solar system is just right above your head. Right above your head. And internally in your body, your 6 special places are aligned in a Star of David. For some of you, it'll be your heart. For some of you, it'll be your solar plexus, your third eye, throat. It doesn't matter. And feel the solar system compacting over our head, the brightness of the sun, each individual vibration of the planets above our head becoming smaller, more intenser. And you can literally trace with your mind's eye the Star of David over your crown chakra. And literally trace and sense that same Star of David internally. Oh, pull the 2 together. Some of you may need to twist the stars for the points to match. Some of you it is instantaneous. And for a few of you, it's a little bit more work. Breathe. Breathe. And as above, the alignment is coming closer and closer to be aligned with alignment, the solar systems and our internal Star of David's match. Now, there is no thing that is impossible. Now, there is heaven on earth. And now, there is mind over matter. The Star of David sits inside of you. As above, so below, matched perfectly, energetic molecule to molecule. And I want you to blend it all into a solid Star of David. All light. Good. Now as it becomes solid, I want you to make it into a sacred geometry, to whatever shape that would look like for you. Whether it's a star tetrahedron, whether it's 2 octahedrons together, bring it together. And if you don't know what that means, just spread the light. Good. And now, fill yourself with the solar system and your power. More, deeper light, more intense, stronger, clearer, wider, higher. Start to overflow. Start to overflow out of the palms of your hands, at the bottom of your feet, from the top of your head, from your heart chakra, your solar plexus, and from the very pores of your skin. Light is flowing out of you. It is touching the light of your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor. And this valley is full. More, more, more. Yes, Maui. Come on. Hawaii. The United States. Push just a little harder. The planet Earth. And now one big overflow for the solar system. For the 6 planets. For the Harmonic Concordance. And most of all, for you. And relax and open your eyes. Now stir your body a little bit. If it feels different, look at yourself. Is your color different? Listen to yourself. Is something changed? Some of us will sense some things. Other of us won't. Good. Good. And we're just about a half an hour away from the exact minute. How many more minutes? 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay. We have to do a very special activation. And I know it's going to be a little bit monotonous, and I know when you get to that point of monotony, that's when the spiritual energy sinks in. And what's going to happen is we are going to do an activation of the brain, so that the brain and mind that has become one now can interrelate. Okay, thank you, Maria. So what the process looks like is this. You reach above your Christ conscious center, everybody reach. You grab, and I'm not saying you're going to be grabbing wisdom or knowledge. You're just going to grab the harmonic concordance energy, and you're going to put it into your head. Now, every once in a while, I want you to hit another chakra. Unfortunately, or very fortunately, this activation needs to be done 144 times, and I'm not going to count for you. We're going to start together, and when you're done, please don't forget your other chakras. We're mainly filling the brain with the mind, but hey, you know that heart has more nerve endings than the brain. So we'll start together, and when you finish, put your hands down. Different parts of your head. to reach above the Christ consciousness. Try to get all your whole head. Just know when you hold your child's arm up and you're walking around the shopping mall, this is how their arm feels. So, yeah, for, holding it up. And finish your 144, people. I hope you guys are past 100. There we go, good. All right, remember this isn't more is better. Okay, now, while the rest of you are finishing up, I'm going to tell you. The sacred teachings of my Mayan curandera lineage is mind over matter. How many people have seen me touch a person's tumor or body and have them heal instantly here? Raise your hands. And I guess I've been coming here a little while, and the lineage practice is invoking the dimensions so that a tumor can disappear. Sometimes tumors fall to the floor. The dimensions, as we go higher and higher, get more complex. So let's say, for example, the 7th dimension is just saying Oz. If we go to the 52nd dimension, you put your hand on somebody and something spontaneously disappears like a tumor or it falls out of their body. If you go to the higher dimensions, you can bend light around you, you can be invisible. And in a shaman sense, you can levitate, actually lift things up. And you get up to the 72nd dimension and you actually can teleport things around. So this year, just this summer recently, I had the privilege of teaching a group of people, since it was so close to the time of the harmonic accordance, to actually move things from one place to another. And we were working on moving our bodies from one place to another, but basically what we did was we were able to move things, teleport things, and out of the group of 22, 5 people walked on water. So you remember, how many people remember when firewalks were first popular? So guess what we're getting in the next 2 years? Walk on water walks. And Brooke was one of my students, and Brooke, did you walk on water? She sure did. She's one of my students in this dimensional mastery. As we get closer and closer to this day, teleportation, walking on water, mind over matter will be available to the public. Now that doesn't mean every muggle we know will be teleporting. Everybody does know what a muggle is, right? It's someone in Harry Potter who doesn't study magic. You don't set your spiritual foundation. With this harmonic concordance, these energies are coming to a point in time where they are teachable. They are manifestable. They can manifest. Usually you have to study with me. You have to come, take my classes. You have to listen to me whine. You have to listen to me teach. And then I teach you the dimensions. What I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to go sit back in that chair, and I am going to emanate to you past the 72nd dimension. I'm not even going to tell you what you can do there. I'm not even going to tell you, because you guys are going to go, you do anything you want. Anything a wizard or fairy did or a witch did in those old days, anything they did in Atlantis, you can do anything you want. I'm going to sit in that chair, and as my gift for you today, I am going to emanate the 144 dimensions as taught by my curandera teacher, Esperanza, to me over a period of 3 years. I'm going to sit in that chair. I want you to have a flat hand on the earth. All your blankets, fine. Maybe a flat foot on the earth. I don't care. I want you to have something. And you know what? That platform's not going to work for me. So I need you to bring me, just bring me that green plastic chair right there. No, I don't want plastic. I'll stand. We have 10 minutes. I know. I'll stand. No, I'll sit. My guides keep telling me different things. If I'm sitting, I can emanate through the earth stronger than just through my little sandal feet. So the idea is here for you. And some people see colors, some people see light, some people wave, some people get massive amounts of energy, and some people get zilch, but they still get it. This is a caught teaching. A taught teaching is when I tell you yada, 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 yada. And a caught teaching is when it is absorbed. Good. When it is absorbed through your aura. So please get a hand on the floor, a bare foot on the floor, and please absorb the Mayan curanderas dimensions, all 144, first time given publicly to any place, any group, where it wasn't a class. First time in the lineage history. So get comfortable.
you.